When people think of Dubai, they see a city that refuses to accept limits, a city where deserts became skylines, where impossible ideas became global icons, and where every generation leaves behind something larger than the last. But among all of Dubai's extraordinary projects, one vision has remained unlike anything the world has ever seen, not because it reaches higher, but because it stretches farther into the sea. Most people know Palm Jebel Ali. It transformed Dubai's coastline and changed the way the world looked at waterfront development. But few realize that Palm Jebel Ali was only the beginning, because farther down the coast, Nakheel imagined something even more ambitious, an island almost twice the size, a destination designed not only for luxury, but for the future of an expanding city. Its name, Palm Jebel Ali. The project began with enormous ambition. Land was reclaimed from the sea. The outline of the island took shape. The world watched as another engineering masterpiece appeared along Dubai's coastline. Then, everything changed. The global financial crisis reshaped economies across the world. Construction slowed, plans were postponed. For years, Palm Jebel Ali became one of Dubai's biggest unanswered questions. Was this extraordinary dream over before it had even begun? For more than a decade, the island waited, not abandoned, not forgotten, simply waiting for the right moment. Then, that moment arrived. Dubai had entered a new era of growth, a new long-term vision, a new master plan, and with it, one of the city's most ambitious projects returned to life. Palm Jebel Ali was no longer a dream of the past. It had become part of Dubai's future. When completed, Palm Jebel Ali won't simply add another island to Dubai. It will create an entirely new waterfront destination, a place where engineering, architecture, nature, and innovation come together on a scale rarely seen anywhere in the world. But creating an island like this raises an extraordinary question. How do you build land where only the sea exists? Before the villas, before the beaches, before the skyline, there was only water, and transforming that water into land required one of the greatest engineering challenges of the modern era. Every city begins with land, but what happens when the land doesn't exist? Before a single villa could be designed, before a single road could be paved, before a single family could call Palm Jebel Ali home, the island itself had to be created. Not imagined, not mapped, created from the sea. Unlike traditional developments, Palm Jebel Ali couldn't simply be built on existing land. Every square meter had to be reclaimed from the Arabian Gulf. Imagine standing in the middle of the ocean and deciding to build an entirely new coastline. Not for one building, not for one neighborhood, but for an entire city by the sea. That was the challenge facing Nakheel's engineers. The process began with one of the most remarkable machines in modern engineering, the dredger. These floating giants work like underwater vacuum systems, drawing millions of cubic meters of sand from carefully selected areas of the seabed before transporting it through enormous pipelines, hour after hour, day after day. The sea itself becomes the source of the island. Grain by grain, the coastline begins to grow. But creating an island isn't as simple as dumping sand into the water. Every load must be placed with extraordinary precision. Modern GPS technology allows engineers to position each layer of reclaimed land with remarkable accuracy. Every curve of the palm, every branch, every shoreline must match the master plan almost perfectly, because even the smallest mistake could affect the entire development. Building the island was only half the challenge. Protecting it was another. The Arabian Gulf may appear calm, but wind, waves, and tidal forces never stop moving. To defend the new coastline, engineers constructed a massive protective barrier, known as a breakwater. Layer upon layer of carefully placed rock absorbs the force of incoming waves, helping protect the reclaimed land behind it. It is an invisible guardian, working every hour of every day. Slowly, the impossible becomes reality. Water becomes land. Land becomes infrastructure. Infrastructure becomes neighborhoods, and neighborhoods become communities. This is far more than construction. It is the creation of geography itself. Few projects in modern history have transformed the natural landscape on such a remarkable scale. Palm Jebel Ali is not simply expanding Dubai. It is expanding the coastline of an entire nation. But engineering alone doesn't create a world-class destination. An island can be built, a coastline can be expanded, but turning that land into one of the world's most extraordinary waterfront communities requires something even greater: vision. Building an island is an extraordinary engineering achievement, but engineering alone doesn't create a destination. People don't move somewhere because of reclaimed land. They move because of what that land becomes: a place to live, a place to raise a family, a place where every sunrise begins beside the sea. That is the vision behind Palm Jebel Ali. Palm Jumeirah introduced Dubai to the world. Palm Jebel Ali is designed to take that idea even further. The new island is significantly larger, offering a much longer coastline, more waterfront living, and greater space for future communities. Rather than repeating the past, Nakheel has reimagined it, using years of experience, new technology, and a vision shaped by the future of Dubai. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves instead of traffic, opening your curtains to endless views of the Arabian Gulf, stepping outside and finding the beach only a few steps away. That is the lifestyle Palm Jebel Ali is designed to offer. Here, the coastline isn't reserved for a select few. It becomes part of everyday life, where architecture and nature exist side by side. Great communities are built around people, not just property. That philosophy can be seen throughout Palm Jebel Ali: wide pedestrian walkways, public beaches, parks, cycling routes, open green spaces. Every element encourages people to spend more time outdoors, to walk more, to explore more, and to connect with the community around them. Because luxury isn't only measured by what you own. Sometimes it's measured by the quality of everyday life. Cities of the future cannot simply be larger, they must become smarter. Palm Jebel Ali has been planned with sustainability at its core: energy-efficient infrastructure, smarter water management, walkable neighborhoods, and modern urban planning designed to support a more sustainable way of living. The goal isn't simply to build another island. It's to build one prepared for the decades ahead. As the day draws to a close, Palm Jebel Ali transforms once again. The beaches become quieter, restaurants come alive, marinas welcome boats returning home. The waterfront fills with families, friends, and visitors enjoying the evening breeze. It is more than a luxury destination. It is designed to become a living community, a place that remains active from sunrise until long after sunset. When people look at Palm Jebel Ali, they often see engineering, architecture, luxury. But those things tell only part of the story, because every community is ultimately about people, the memories they create, the lives they build, and the generations that will one day call this island home. Creating one of the world's largest artificial islands is an extraordinary achievement, but perhaps its greatest impact has yet to come, because Palm Jebel Ali was never designed only for today. It was designed for the Dubai of tomorrow. Every generation leaves behind a legacy. Some build monuments, some build cities, and some reshape the coastline itself. Palm Jebel Ali is more than another development rising from the Arabian Gulf. It represents a new chapter in Dubai's story, not simply expanding where the city ends, but redefining where its future begins. No city can continue growing without a long-term vision. As Dubai expands southward, new business districts, transportation networks, tourism destinations, and residential communities are transforming the region. Palm Jebel Ali is positioned at the center of that transformation. It is not an isolated island. It is designed to become part of a much larger urban ecosystem, one connected through modern infrastructure, world-class transportation, and carefully planned communities. When people hear the words Palm Jebel Ali, they often imagine luxury villas, private beaches, five-star resorts. And while those elements certainly exist, they are only part of the story. The true purpose of great urban planning isn't to create impressive architecture. It's to improve everyday life, to create places where children can grow up beside the sea, where communities can flourish, where public spaces invite people together, because the most valuable part of any city has never been its buildings. It has always been its people. Over the years, Nakheel has helped shape many of Dubai's most recognizable destinations. Each project has served a different purpose. Some transformed tourism, others transformed residential living. Palm Jebel Ali brings those ideas together: engineering, nature, lifestyle, and long-term planning, not as separate ambitions, but as one connected vision. A reminder that the future of cities is not measured only by height, but by how thoughtfully they are designed. More than 20 years ago, Palm Jebel Ali began as an extraordinary idea, an idea that many believed was too ambitious, too difficult, perhaps even impossible. Yet history has shown that Dubai has always been a city built by people willing to challenge the impossible. Today, that vision is taking shape once again, not only as one of the world's largest artificial islands, but as a symbol of what can happen when imagination is matched by engineering and ambition is supported by long-term planning. Years from now, millions of people may walk these beaches, live in these neighborhoods, and create memories on land that once existed only beneath the sea. And perhaps they will never think about the extraordinary effort it took to build it, because the greatest engineering achievements often feel effortless once they become part of everyday life. And if you like the video, please subscribe our channel and hit the bell button for more update.